You did everything right and still didn't get promoted. Let's talk about something uncomfortable for many software engineers these days. You are an engineer, experienced, motivated, and you learn constantly. You meet the promotion criteria, and all promotion eligibility checkboxes are checked. And still, no promotion. Not because you are bad, and not because your manager doesn't like you. And there is no secret checkbox that you missed, but simply because there is nowhere to promote you to. Welcome to 2026. For a long time, we lived with a simple belief: if you work hard and do things right, you get promoted. That belief worked beautifully during the hypergrowth for the last 10-15 years. Companies were expanding, headcount growth was the senior manager's KPI, titles were inflating like startup valuations. But the industry changed. In 2026, the growth slowed and budgets froze. Effort stayed, the career ladder didn't. And the worst part? No one officially told you that the rules changed. It is actually an interesting question what exactly has changed in the industry over the last couple of years. But now, I want to talk about the acceptance of the current situation and what can be done in order to stay mentally healthy and keep growing as a professional at the same time. So what happens psychologically? Most engineers describe this state as a frustration, but that's not quite accurate, I would say. What you are feeling is closer to grief. Grief for the future version of yourself you were expecting, the timeline you were promised, and the idea that doing everything right guarantees an outcome. And here is the key thing: you cannot fix grief by working harder. If the problem is structural, effort just burns you faster. Let's be honest, for most senior engineers, promotion is not only about money. You're probably doing not bad already. Promotion is about identity. It's quite confirmation that I'm progressing, I'm becoming someone, I don't stagnate. When promotion stops, identity freezes. And when identity freezes, self-respect starts leaking in a very subtle way. That's why stagnation hurts even when life is objectively good. Now, here is where things start to get ugly. Some people react by overworking, overthinking, and by constantly just doing a bit more. Others start complaining a lot, at work, at home, at dinner, on walks, probably in the shower too. Complaining feels like relief, but psychologically, it does three bad things. It rehearses helplessness. It convinces you that you have no agency. It exhausts people who cannot fix the problem. At work, managers slowly disengage. At home, partners stop listening, not because they don't care, but because they are tired. Complaining is not venting, it's practice for powerlessness. At this point, people usually say, so what, I should just accept it? Yes, but not in the way you probably think. Acceptance is not surrender. Acceptance is, I see reality clearly, while surrender is, I stop caring. See the difference? Acceptance is actually what gives you your power back. Once you accept that promotions may not happen here, it's not personal, and you don't control the headcount, you stop punishing yourself for things outside of your control. Now let's talk about growth, because this is where many people get it wrong. Career growth and professional growth are not the same thing. Yes, the ladder may be frozen. Yes, your title may stay exactly the same, but you can't still grow, and sometimes in a way that's actually more satisfying than the formal promotion. One important form of growth is influence. And influence is interesting because it comes in two very different flavors. There is official recognition. You get promoted. New title, new level, everything notes politely and thinks, okay, let's see how this goes. And then there is unofficial recognition. You are not promoted, but everyone knows who you are. People come to you before decisions are made, and your opinion changes outcomes. Your name shows up in conversations you are not even a part of. New hires are told, if you want to understand how things really work, talk to that person. And here is an ironic part. Being officially promoted when people are not sure you deserve it, that's an awkward kind of recognition. Being not promoted, but everyone knows you deserve it, that's a very different type of pleasure. It's quieter and less visible, but psychologically, it's powerful. Because what many people actually want from a promotion is not the title, it's the acknowledgement. And if you're already getting that acknowledgement informally, then in a strange way, you already got the thing you were chasing, just without the badge. If the ladder is frozen, build depth, not hate. Depth creates influence. Influence creates recognition. And recognition, official or not, still counts. Now, let's talk about personal life. And yes, I know, someone always says, well, I don't even have a family. Okay, let's expand it. Maybe you don't have a wife or kids. Maybe you don't even have a boyfriend or girlfriend. But here is the uncomfortable question. If you want a partner and can't find one, are you sure it's just bad luck? Or is it possible that every conversation turns into how unfair work is, how you are not recognized, how stuck you are, and how disappointed you feel? That emotional state is not very attractive. People don't avoid you because you are not promoted. They avoid you because chronic frustration turns into toxicity. For those who do have families, your kids don't care about your level and your partner doesn't care about your title. They care whether you are present and whether you listen, whether you're still curious about their problems. Your value at home is not performance-based, and that's a psychological anchor you should not underestimate. When promotions stop, you need a temporary definition of success. Not forever, just now. Success can be being the calmest person in chaos, being trusted with the hardest problems, mentoring without expecting reward, doing meaningful work without applause. This is quiet competence. It doesn't feel flashy, but it builds internal stability. So if you did everything right and still didn't get promoted, it doesn't mean you failed. It means the system can't reward you right now. And the most important thing is this: if the system can't reward you, don't punish yourself for it. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, like the video. See you next time.